guys, Happy New Year. It's question and answer time. My first question comes from Stephanie D2, and she asks, how did you pick what size sequins you need, and how do you determine what size pins and beads you need? Well, great question, Stephanie. You're not the first person to ask me this. So first off, with the sequins, how do I determine the size that I need? Well, it's kind of habit, actually. What happened was when I started making these so many years ago, I used to go to the Michaels or the Hobby Lobby or whatever craft store I could find and buy these small little packages of sequins. And they come in 5 millimeters. And so, because this is all they had, really, this is what I used. And so I just kind of got into the habit of using them, and I have ever since. So when I go to Cartwright's, I don't really get the larger size sequin. I just don't. Now, it doesn't mean you can't. You definitely could if you wanted to. And you know, maybe I ought to experiment and try, but for now it's just kind of a habit. I really like the 5 millimeter slightly cupped sequin. That's what I like. So, okay, about the pins and about the beads. All right, the pins that I use 2 different sizes. The smaller size that I use is a 1/2 inch sequin, and here's what the box looks like. See, sequin pin. There's I guess the stock number. They're 1/2 inch, silver, 100 gram. You see that? Sorry, it's a little hard. The light is a little bright. And those are the smallest ones that I use, and that's about this size. Now, the other size that I use is 3/4 of an inch, and it's a little bit longer. And yeah, that's about that. Now, the reason why I like the smaller ones is because I used to go and I used to buy the packages of beads that you can get at Michael's, and I think they're like 1-inch pins. They're used for sewing. You know, they're just sewing straight pins. And I started making smaller ornaments. I started using a smaller size foam ball. And when I started doing that, the pins that I was using started running into each other as I, put them. I'd fill up one side, and then as I'd go around the other side, they'd start running into the pins from the other side. And it was really annoying. So I decided, I've really got to find a smaller size pin. And I also wanted to buy them in bulk. I was sick and tired of going back to Michael's every couple of days to buy out their stock of straight pins. Now, I still do use those larger size pins. They're really good if you're trying to do embellishments, with larger beads and stuff. But for my main, the main sequins part, most of the time I use the 1/2 inch, and if I'm using a larger size foam ball, I will use the 3/4. So I hope that answers that question. About the beads, it was kind of purely luck. Again, I was going to Michael's and I was buying those small packages of Rokel beads, and it got expensive. And so when I found Cartwright's and I found that they had beads as well as pins, I went ahead and bought one of their smaller packages of their Rokel beads. I bought the smallest size Rokel bead that they have. And I believe the one that I've been using is, I wrote it down. It's a little 15 by 0. I don't know, 15/0. Rokel Iridescent Clear. And the stock number is The stock number is R161. And that is what I've been using. I bought a small package of those just to see what it was going to be like, and I really liked it, and so I decided to go back and I bought them in the largest bag that they have, and that was probably 2 years ago. And I still have half a bag left. It was definitely worth the investment. I'm not sure. I think it might be $20 or something like that for for one of the larger bags, but I definitely encourage you, if you're going to make a lot of these things, buy them in bulk. You're going to save a lot of money. You know, if you're not so sure, go ahead and buy the smaller package, and you'll be fine. But those are the beads that I use. Now, sometimes you'll notice that if I'm doing an embellishment, I will use a larger size Rokel bead in a color. And those, the green and red ones that I've had for so long, I could not tell you where I bought them. I probably bought them at a Michael's somewhere. You can get them anywhere that sells jewelry making material. And those are usually just used for embellishments because they are more expensive. These Rokel beads that I use from Cartwright's are quite cheap. So I use those for just the main part of my ornaments. My next question came from Mist Pepper. She asks, do I have any written instructions? No, I don't have any written instructions. Sorry. You know, it's always a little bit different, what I do. I change it up all the time, so I've never written anything down. I just, you know, I just kind of remember what I do and go from there. Now, if you haven't seen my Sakura-inspired ornament tutorial video, please check it out. I know I've said this before, and I know you're sick and tired of hearing it, but if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and take a look at that one. I'll put the link up there, and you know, that's as good as it gets with instructions. Also, Miss Pepper wants to know about the smooth ornaments. Now, I'm assuming that you're talking about these smooth foam balls that I use. Well, I just buy them at the craft store. I think I found them at Hobby Lobby, relatively inexpensive. Now, of course, I live in Japan. I find them at the craft store here. But what you probably found are the chunky styrofoam balls that I think they use those in like the flower arranging department, and I hate those. For a long time, I couldn't find the smooth foam balls at the Hobby Lobby or the Michaels, and I tried using that chunky foam, and it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. So I'm sorry. That's the only advice I can give you. Is that's where I found them. The last bag of smooth foam balls that I bought in the United States, I found at Hobby Lobby in Texas. My last question that I'm going to answer today is from Gemma Preziosa 6263. Gosh, I hope I got that right. And she asks me, how is Christmas celebrated in Japan? That's an interesting question. Christmas is not a traditional holiday here. They're not Christian. They do have something here that I find quite funny. They have Christmas cake. It's a pure Japanese invention. It's just a white cake with white whipped cream frosting on it with strawberries, and they write Merry Christmas on it, and it's a Christmas cake. Yeah, so there's that. Oh, the other thing that is kind of funny is I think Christmas, either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or Christmas night, it's kind of date night. It's sort of a couple thing. It's almost like Valentine's Day. It's kind of strange. Keep your questions coming. If you have any more questions, let me know. Just write a comment in any of my videos, and I will have another question and answer video coming as soon as I have more questions to answer. So, okay, well, thank you guys. I'm going to go now. I hope you all had a Happy New Year. Oh, God, look at my hair. I hope you had a Happy New Year, and I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to go. So, bye-bye.